Hello guys, hello. And we are here to do story time. A late story time. If you're looking at Noah, Paradise Gallery's baby. He's beautiful. So, and I know it is currently 8:28 at night. But we're gonna go ahead and do it. You probably won't be able to watch it tonight, but you can watch it tomorrow. So, tonight we're going to read Lady and the Tramp, one of my favorite movies. And I'm still using this angle, guys. It's just so simple and easy for me. Hope you don't mind. So let's get started. "Merry Christmas, darling," said Jim Dear as he handed his wife a pink striped box. Inside was a little brown puppy. Darling took one look at the puppy and decided to call her Lady. Lady was happy in her new home. She slept in the same room as Jim Dear and Darling. She romped in the yard and kept watch over the house. When Lady was older, Jim Dear and Darling gave her a collar with a name tag. Lady proudly showed her collar to her friends, Jock and Trusty. "She's a full-grown lady," said Jock. Tramp was another dog who was sometimes in the neighborhood. He didn't have a warm home and family, and he liked to wander the streets looking for scraps and helping his friends escape from the dog catcher. Tramp overheard Jock and Trusty telling Lady that Jim Dear and Darling were expecting a baby. "What's a baby?" Lady asked. "A homewrecker. That's what they are," said Tramp. Lady's happy life was about to change. One rainy night, One rainy April day, the baby came. Jim Dear and Darling were thrilled with their new little boy. Lady liked the baby too. Jim Dear and Darling decided to take a trip. Aunt Sarah came to look after the baby. Her two cats came too. Aunt Sarah was not a very nice lady. Her two cats were not very nice either. They made a mess of the house and pretended that Lady caused the trouble. "Oh, that wicked animal," said Aunt Sarah. Aunt Sarah took Lady straight to the pet store. I want a good strong muzzle, Aunt Sarah said. The muzzle scared Lady, jumped off the counter, and ran out the door. She ran and ran. Soon, some big mean dogs started to chase after her. Lady was scared. Luckily, Tramp heard all the barking and raced to Lady's rescue. Oh, poor kid, said Tramp, looking at Lady's muzzle. We've got to get this off. Come on. Tramp took Lady to the zoo. Maybe one of the animals could help Lady. The apes, the alligator, and the hyena were no help at all. Then Lady and Tramp found a beaver. He loved to chew and soon bit right through the muzzle strap. It's off, Lady said with relief. The beaver was happy too. He could use the muzzle as a handy-dandy log puller. Then Tramp took Lady to supper at Tony's restaurant. Tramp's friend Tony liked Lady and fed the pair his specialty spaghetti and a meatball. Tramp and Lady were accidentally ate the same spaghetti noodle. Next thing they knew, they were kissing. Lady and Tramp were falling in love. Aww. The happy pair walked to the rooftop. Walked to the top of the hill. They gazed up at the full moon that shone over their town. It was such a beautiful night. The next morning, on the way home, Tramp and Lady passed a chicken coop. Ever taste chickens? I should say not, Tramp asked. He couldn't resist. Lady did not like the idea, but she followed him anyway. The chickens ran around the yard, squawking and squealing. Hey, what's going on in there? The farmer called. Lady and Tramp ran away as fast as they could, but Tramp soon discovered that Lady wasn't behind him. She had run into the dog catcher and was taken to the dog pound. Lady was scared to be at the dog pound, but soon the dog catcher came for her, reading her collar. He knew where to take her. You're too nice a girl to be in this place, he said, and returned Lady to her Aunt Sarah. At home, Aunt Sarah chained Lady to the doghouse. Lady was so sad, even Jock and Trusty could not cheer her up. Then Tramp arrived. Lady was angry with him. She thought Tramp had only looked out for himself and had let her get caught by the dog catcher. He had to explain. I thought you were right behind me, honest, he said. Goodbye, and take this with you, Lady said, returning the bone Tramp had brought to her. That night, Lady saw a rat creeping into the baby's room. He couldn't chase it because of the chain. She could only bark, "Stop that," Aunt Sarah called. "Hush!" But Tramp heard and rushed back to Lady. Sorry. What is it? Tramp asked. A rat in the baby's room, Lady replied. Tramp ran into the house and found the rat. He had to catch that rat before it hurt the baby. Meanwhile, Lady was barking with all her might and pulling on the heavy chain. At last, the chain broke free from the doghouse. Lady ran inside to help Tramp. Tramp closed the rat. Oh my goodness. Tramp chased the rat under the baby's bassinet and accidentally knocked it over. The baby started to cry, but Lady was happy because the baby was safe. Tramp had finally caught the rat. Aunt Sarah was not happy. The baby's crying woke her, and she found Lady and Tramp in his room. She thought they were hurting the baby. She called the dog catcher to come for Tramp. The dog catcher had soon arrived. Just then, Jim Deer and Darling came home. The lady tried to explain what happened. She lifted the curtain to show that Tramp had caught the rat and saved the baby. Jock and Trusty had a plan to stop the dog catcher's wagon. They barked loudly, scaring the horses. The wagon crashed and Tramp was safe. Jim Deer and Darling soon arrived to bring him home. The next Christmas Eve, Jock and Trusty came by to see Lady and Tramp and their four new puppies. They've got their mother's eyes, said Trusty. There's a bit of father in them, too, said Jock. Everyone was happy that Tramp had become part of the family. And that was the end of Lady and the Tramp. That's one of my favorite movies. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back. And you know this had to be Winnie the Pooh, 5-minute stories. Sorry, y'all. I had to do it. This is called Rue's New Babysitter. Rue dear, said, your babysitter will be here soon, Kanga said. I don't want to be babysitted, Rue cried. Now, Rue, Mama's just going out for a little shopping and dinner with Aunt Sadie, said Kanga. You'll have fun with Pooh. But I want to go shopping with you, Rue cried. I'm really good at shopping. I can help. Yes, dear, I know, Kanga said. She was busy buttoning her coat and looking for her purse. Rue found a large bag and began filling it with things. Look at me, shopping, he cried. I'd be such a big help. Another time, dear, Kanga said. What other time? Said Rue. Well, not this time, Kanga said. Oh, look, here comes Pooh now. Hello, Pooh, said Rue. Look, I'm shopping. Now, Pooh, don't let Rue get into any mischief while I'm gone. Oh, I won't let him get into anything, said Pooh cheerfully. Goodbye, said Rue and Pooh, waved as they watched Kanga hop down the path over the bridge. She was out of sight. Rue's face dropped. Pooh gave Rue a hug as they walked back inside. Then Pooh put Rue in his high chair. What you What you need to cheer you up is a nice snack, Pooh said. How about some honey? I like shopping, squeaked Rue. I don't want a snack. He doesn't want to eat, Pooh said. Now, what do I do? You don't know how to babysit? Asked Rue. Of course I do, Pooh said. All except the actual babysitting part. I'm good at babysitting, Bruce said, perking up. I'll tell you how. The first thing a babysitter does is play store, said Rue. He showed Pooh how to set up the cash register, where to put all the toys and cans and bags. When they were finished playing, Pooh sat down to rest. The next thing a babysitter does is climb, Rue cried. Let's see who can climb higher, you or me. Pooh was beginning to think that there was not much sitting involved in babysitting. He sighed. Okay, let's find a good tree to climb. The old apple tree in Rue's backyard was perfect. Rue jumped up, but he couldn't reach even the lowest branch. Babysitters always give a boost, he said. I see, Pooh replied. Pooh hopped from branch to branch. Pooh climbed up behind him. Said Rue. Look at those apples. Babysitters always pick apples for dinner. Pooh scrambled up in the highest branch. He picked 4 bright red apples and ducked them under his arm. Then he inched his way back down. Wow, Pooh, Rue cried. You can climb with one arm? Oops, I'm not. I'm just that sort of. Oh, babysitter, Pooh shouted as he fell up onto Rue's branch. Oh my goodness. Together they sat side by side, swinging their feet and eating their sweet apples. This is the best dinner ever, Ruth said happily. What do babysitters do after dinner? Pooh asked. They give baths with lots of bubbles, Ruth said. Inside, Ruth showed Pooh how babysitters pour a whole bottle of bubble solution into the bath water. That seems like a lot, Pooh said. Just right, Rue said. Rue took off his little shirt and hopped in. He disappeared under the bubbles. Uh-oh. This don't sound good. Where's Rue? Pooh asked. He blew on the bubbles, but he couldn't see Rue anywhere. Pooh frantically swished his hands through the bubbles, but Rue was nowhere to be found. Look at me! Jumping, squeaked the little voice. Pooh could hear Rue. There you are, Pooh cried as he walked into Rue's bedroom. Rue was all bubbly and wet. He jumped up and down on his bed. Pooh chased the little kangaroo with a towel. When he finally caught him, Pooh dried him off. It's time to take your strengthening medicine, Pooh said sternly. I don't want it, said Rue. He folded his arms around across his chest and stuck out his chin. Oh, well, Pooh sighed as he slumped into a chair. Why don't you give me a spoonful? I'm not feeling so well. I think I could use it. Now, Pooh dear, here's your medicine. Pooh said in a grown-up voice. He fed Pooh a spoonful of that medicine. Ah, much better, Pooh sighed. Thank you, Roo. You are a good babysitter. I'm babysitting, Roo sang happily. Well, no, that's a case of who's babysitting who. Just then, Kanga opened the door. He saw Roo and Pooh snuggled together in the chair. Mama, look at me, Roo shouted. I'm babysitting Pooh. Of course you are, dear, Kanga said with a smile. And that was the end of Roo Needs a Babysitter. Just a moment. Okay, guys, that was the end of story time for this week. Thank you all for joining me and Noah. And, yeah. Next week we will read another chapter, another story from Pooh's 5-Minute Stories, and another book of my choosing. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed Labor Day, and have a great week, not just a good week. Much love, everyone. Bye-bye.